and welcome to a little review of what's going on with Facebook here. This is the hourly time frame. Earnings came out today, and if you're not following the market, you don't know that Facebook got absolutely demolished here on their earnings report. Some people said it may pull back to 200, they'd buy. Some people were saying it was going to 250. Well, we can see the result. This turd fell all the way down to 165 and found a little bit of an $8 bounce here now that the market's actually officially closed for Facebook anyways. I can guarantee there is going to be a ton of volume in Facebook tomorrow morning. So we'll see what that volume does. And what I'm actually looking for, you can see a couple of my notes over here. I'm looking for puts right here. 180 put plus 1 week. If it fails, it fails. I'm going to make sure I control my risk. Stop loss will be just above there. And at the red line, which is the 50 SMA, I will be looking for 195 puts plus 1 week. I have absolutely zero confidence in Facebook. Just don't agree with what they do, how they do business, how they make money, and especially selling ads and personal information to anybody. Um, Oops. I got a couple notes on here, a couple drawings. I'm trying to clear some stuff up real quick. This is the monthly time frame. Now you can see, like, get all that stuff off there. You can see this was the month candle looks like. And it's nice and strong. Looks very, very nice. Looks like it's going to continue much higher. Broke above last month, triggered in some new buyers, and now they're probably trapped. If this opens up this low around 165, 175 area, we're going to end up with a monthly candle that looks about like this. There's going to be a wick up here because the opening was down here, but if you have a wick from 193 to 220, that's a massive amount of selling. That's a huge supply zone, regardless of whether or not it was just simply one day of selling. A lot of participants wanted out. I don't think this would be the algos playing tricks on retail. I don't think that it's market makers taking stops. Um, this was a legit sell-off, which did actually compound itself by triggering a lot of stops. Took out the low of last month's candle, which would have naturally had a lot of stop losses below this 186 level. In order to even remotely come back and stay a little bit bullish, I would say it'd have to reclaim last month's low of 186.43 and retake the open of the month at 193.40. Right now we're looking at approximately a $20 jump from where we're at right now, which takes it up through the 200 SMA, which naturally will have sellers there, and up to the 50 SMA, which will most likely have sellers up there as well. And on the open, this move is going to curl all these down, even though these are trailing indicators and it takes a while for them to set up. This price action dropping this far is going to cross the 8 below the 21, maybe even bring them all the way down to touch, or at least come close to the 50. Now if I zoom in here just a little bit here on the weekly time frame, these lines become jumbled because I drew 3 trend lines right next to each other just to kind of overlap and show what that monthly candle is going to look like. But this is basically where the week is going to be at on the open tomorrow, way down here below every one of these significant moving averages. Has happened before, most recently in February and March, and it's reclaimed those levels and made new highs. Could be the same thing again, could happen again, but as I said earlier, my opinion of Facebook is very low. I don't like the company, I don't agree with it, so any chance I get to short on a kind of breakdown like this, I'm going to go ahead and take it. A 20%, 25% drop for any stock, regardless of the name, whether it's a bank, whether it's a tech stock, whether it's an auto manufacturer, a home builder, it doesn't matter. 20% drop is massive. That is going to garner the attention of a lot of bears, and there are probably going to be a lot of shorts in this name tomorrow. It's probably going to try and push it down. Here on the daily time frame, you can see where price action is going to be. Right here on 175. Get these lines off here again. You can see it's below the 8 up here, below the 21, below the 50, and way below the 200 SMA. It touched 165, which is way down here from the gap of the last earnings report. So maybe it's a potential gap fill retest of what could be a support. Not in my opinion, but it could potentially be that way. Now, based on what the opening 5-minute does for Facebook tomorrow, will dictate whether or not I actually do take these puts. If there's a huge green hammer candle or a green Marubozu candle or something extremely, extremely bullish, I will look to buy calls on a pullback for a move higher because there's a lot of buy the dippers. And if those dippers start to fail, most likely at one of these levels, at that point, I will look to take puts and capitalize on a move down. Um, I have no faith in Facebook. As simple as that. And I think this is a perfect opportunity, at least for me and my trading style, to go ahead and take some opportunity and grab some puts. So we'll see what happens. As I said, there's going to be a tremendous amount of volume on the open. There's going to be a lot of participation in Facebook tomorrow, so it should be at least fairly easy to trade if you know how to read price. We'll see what happens. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Come join us over at the Trade Crew chat room. It is a free chat. Maybe you'll catch a ride with some of these trades. Have a good evening and good luck.